Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of my Wholesome Writing Life with Van Hoang, author of the Girl Giant series and other books. Today I'm going to be talking about something that is kind of controversial for me because as an author and librarian, some people don't believe that I go through this. I have phases where I hate reading. Also, my hair is going to be dramatic, sorry. The fan is on and it's hot, so also my plant is going to be waving. Hello, hello plant. I really do hate reading sometimes, not often, but I hate everything that I pick up, and I'll get through like the first 2 pages and I'll just be like, what is this? What am I reading? I should read something else. And then I'll go through like 10 different books before I just give up altogether. And just as a disclaimer, I do read a lot. I run like 5 book clubs at my job and in my personal life, and I just really love reading. Like, books make the world go round. They build empathy. They're relaxing kind of to read. Reading is relaxing for me. And then I've just also found that the people who read are the best people. Like, they're all very nice, empathetic, and intelligent, and they are just amazing people. And you can always kind of spot a reader, when you meet someone new. You can always tell if they're like well read or not. I'm not talking about people who hate books in general, but yet they want to write a book as if like no other books are worth reading but their own. Those are not the people I'm talking about here. This is just a phase I'm talking about when you just hate reading. And I'm sure we all go through this. I just want to talk about some of the solutions that I have found have really helped me when I go through one of these phases. So first is maybe discovering the cause of the problem. For me, that's usually because whatever book that I am reading, I'm reading it because I was told to read it, as in like I saw it on some smart people list of books you should read before you die, or it was on like a bestseller list or something, and I'm like, I have to read this book because everyone's talking about it. And then I'll find that when it's time to read, I don't want to pick it up, or I just don't feel like reading. I'd rather be doing something else. And that's very rare for me because for the most part, if I'm not writing or spending time with my family or at work, I kind of want to be reading, the thing I prefer to do over most other hobbies. If I don't feel like it though, that's probably because of the book. And my solution to that is to just dump it. I love this podcast called Reading Glasses Podcast, and one of their favorite phrases is dump that book. And I really agree with them. If a book is not doing it for you, life is too short. Every book will find its reader, and if that reader is not you, that's okay. That book will find its reader down the line. You don't have to feel sorry for that book. There are other books out there. Another reason that I might not want to read is like maybe I'm just tired. My brain is on overdrive all the time. I only have so much brain power and emotional energy in the day, and if reading is draining that energy instead of refilling it, then it's just not a reading day for me. My brain is receiving a lot of input all day. At work, I'm constantly receiving information. I'm making decisions, or I'm reading, or I'm writing, or just doing stuff, or I'm listening to stuff, or I'm hearing people talk, or there's just a lot going on. I think maybe my brain just needed a break because I was talking to a coworker, and she said that on her relatively long commute, which is about like 45 minutes, she says that she doesn't listen to a thing. Like, I'm constantly listening to like podcasts and audiobooks, and I found it so baffling that she just listens to silence. And I thought she was crazy. But then there was one day when I was driving home from work, and I had just had a very busy day, and I was so tired, and no matter what music or song or podcast, whatever I was listening to, I just wanted to skip it. And so I was like, maybe I'll just turn the radio off like she does. And I did. And it was like amazing. Like, suddenly I could hear myself think, and it's like all these thoughts that I normally have when I lay down to go to sleep that usually keep me up at night, suddenly they're coming out to play in the car. That night when I went to sleep, my brain was quiet and I could actually sleep. And so there was something to be said about silence and about giving your brain a rest. All that is to say that your brain is constantly receiving information, and maybe if you don't feel like reading, that could be a problem too. That could be the root cause, is that you just need a break. Maybe take some time to just be still and be silent. You don't have to be productive all the time. For me, I see reading sometimes as something that's fun, but also productive. Like, I'm working my brain, but I'm also working on certain level, and that becomes toxic, if I'm only reading because it's another productive thing that I can say that I did for the day, and maybe I just need to give my brain a rest. So I'll do like a meditation or yoga, or I'll get up and I'll move my body. I love the daily move episodes on my Calm app and highly recommend it. And there's one where you kind of shake off the day, and that's like my favorite one to do. So, and it's free. So, if you have a moment, if you have like 5 minutes out of your day, go turn on one of those videos. They really helped me. Before I leave, I'm going to give you a library tip. So, on the topic of not enjoying reading for the time being, I get a lot of questions about how to get a reluctant reader to read more. Kids mostly learn by example. So, if they see you reading a lot, they will also become curious about, oh, what's that thing that my parents like to do so much? And wow, this is amazing. Those are all my tips for the day. Until next time, bye. Writing can be hard. I'm here to obsess over the wholesome, delightful, fulfilling practices, solutions, and tools that I love about crafting stories. I'm Van Hoang, author and librarian. Join me on my journey of joyful writing.